everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces.
Alright, my delicious people. So, where are we? We're in the simulacrum, and usually I put gameplay behind this, but this is a buffed weapon. And I would like to show you, like, what buff it actually got, because it's actually a mechanical buff. The numerical buff is pretty nice as well. However, it's about 40 points in each direction, so I believe it's not too much to worry about. But when it comes to modding, the percentage increase in effectiveness, actually, it does actually make a difference, because you can either barely two-shot or one-shot. I'm sorry, you can either almost one-shot something and have to shoot it again, or you can straight up one-shot it. I would very much suggest the latter. And here is us building up the Incarnate. As you can see, it's actually quite fast. And we're not using a galvanized setup here, but I will show you that it might actually be a good idea. As you can see, it does amazing damage without the galvanized setup, yeah? But, unfortunately... Pew! Wait, sorry, wrong button. Pew! Yeah, I mean, it does okay damage, like, legitimately. And once it does a code procs, it does more crit. But it's not the best. I'm pretty sure the impact procs will get him to a point where it's killable. But, yes, it's AoE, but it's also, like, way weaker than the actual fire of the weapon. Just because, like, usually you want to use status against, like, regular enemies, but what about, like, Acolytes? Well, let's show you that footage.
Additional life support has arrived.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's not very powerful. I will say that in Ureli's hands, it's great, but today we're basically going to show you, like, not in Ureli's hands. But also, if it takes a Warframe that specializes in secondaries to make it great, tends not to be the best thing. Especially since, like, Atomos, I'm assuming that big boom is meant for Acolytes. The thing is that it doesn't do enough to actually warrant that. So I wouldn't use this as an Acolyte killer. But single, like, actual small, like, units is actually pretty great. Eximuses? Probably not. But that's neither here nor there. You probably would just want to... Oh! You probably just want to use the single target for that. Oop. Single target, like, primary fire for that. Oh, did I just... Huh? Okay. But anyway, you probably want to use the single target primary for that, because it does do a lot of status. So here is 2 recommended builds, actually. I can show you right here in the simulacrum. Ooh. So, this is good for, like, the actual, like, shot. It's really good when you do this, but if you don't want that, it's okay to put this. Don't worry about it. But I would recommend this if you're going to go for, like, the status going to be killing, which is much more potent than the anything else. But if you're just gonna go with a big giant boom weapon, I honestly would suggest something like this or like this. Completely up to you. remember to take people's builds, learn from them, and do your own thing with that new knowledge. But as an actual straight up recommendation, like something that I would actually use myself, is actually I would really much like to use it as a single target killer. And we'll be able to show you that. Keep in mind, this may or may not be the first time I'm testing this. Ah! Oh wow. The status is pretty good. It's like, status damage is such a big difference between that, between the damage, right? Always aim for headshots, even if it is a status weapon, just because you do get a big multiplier, but as you can see, there's a big difference. When it comes to Acolyte, I don't have too much of a recognition for that. You can treat it like the Atomos and use the Incarnate, which actually might be very effective if you were to use it with your rally. The problem with that is it's not as potent as the Atomos, due to the fact that if you're going to be using it like the Atomos, like my recommended build, you are going to run into a situation where it just doesn't do enough ad clear. So I would think a good way to remedy that would be to swap one of the mods for, let me see, do we even have an option? Yeah, we do have an option. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's go like that. Do we have enough room? Anyway, I'll just like remove this temporarily to show you what mod I'm talking about. It is called Seeker. This way you get some punch through. It's a lot more punch through than you would think. 2 meters is actually really far away from the impacted target. Just because if you're going to steal past, definitely, you would probably want that. But if you're going against regular targets, it's actually pretty good to do that. But I would bring an Acolyte killer, just for your own enjoyment. This is not. It's hard to say this as somebody who builds weapons like this, but this is unfortunately not a good weapon to bring on its own, by itself. You definitely want an Acolyte killer. That is my opinion. And if you manage to make it a good Acolyte killer, with a frame of some sort that just happens to not be your rally, I would like to know if you did. So, yeah. That's the Xenoid GAMMACORE Incarnate. And I hope it was entertaining.
Very good.